Hey everybody, I'm StephenTube1967 and we're going to talk about the infected today. So there was a posting. I was watching a video by Game Edge and he said that there's a big update, so I went out to the Steam store, took a look at the infected, and yes, there is a version 5.0 update coming out. It's a major update, and I want to make sure I get this out, make sure everyone knows this. This is going to cause a wipe of everything that you've done. You're going to have to start over from zero. You're starting from fresh, which personally for me, I'm just fine. I don't have a problem with that. So let's read here. Let me read this for you, what this says. Hi everyone. I just wanted to give an update on the status of the upcoming version 5.0 update. It should be ready for release early next week and is currently in a test phase. Below is a list of new content changes and item feature balancing. Have a wonderful day. So, there's going to be a new map. It says, although the map has the same look in terms of graphics and texture, there are some notable changes. So one, a completely new layout. Ground textures now have coded logic to identify what ores can be extracted in certain locations. So no longer will you be able to, you can't extract ores. From my experience, you haven't been able to extract ores from the extractor. You have to go out and find rocks, and then you either get copper, or you might get I think it's iron from the other one, and then the aluminum is in a specific rock that's found in a specific location. Apparently that's not going to be the deal anymore, except for iron. We'll talk about that in a moment. Alright, so players will likely want to build small outpost bases where these mineral extractors are placed. So I'm guessing that there's going to be mineral extractors out there for us. We're not going to have to build them. We'll have to see when we get out there. So no more aluminum nodes. Aluminum is now extracted with the mineral extractor. Stone boulders no longer drop any ores, only stone. All ores are now extracted via the mineral extractor. New cliff meshes added. New bald cypress trees added to the swamp. Addition of small villages replaced the military camps. There are now three villages on the map, and each contain 3 to 4 tech blueprints. I have also added some loot items randomly spawned in the buildings, and then increased the fog on map. So here we have a map. Let me get this just there. Perfect. Okay, so take a look at this map. We have aluminum, copper, cobalt. Alright, we're going to get cobalt. Place mineral extractors in the zones to extract ores. So, for example, I guess here's aluminum. Looks like here's copper. And this icon here says player location. So I'm wondering if we're all going to have the same spawn point, and we're all going to spawn here and have to work from here. I don't know, but that's just what my guess is. We have village, so we have 1, we have 2, we have 3. I think that we're going to have fewer tech blueprints we're going to have to get. So yeah, aluminum here, we can extract copper there. Cobalt, and then copper here. More aluminum, so on and so forth. My guess is that this is the swamp area. And I kind of wonder what's going on in the outside here, because these kind of look like bays. I wonder if we're going to be surrounded by a body of water, if we're like an island and this is all going to be ocean or a lake, or we're an island in the middle of a lake. Well, it's a very big island on a lake. No, it might be that this is an ocean. We'll have to see when we get in the game. We'll get out to these edges and take a look at what's going on. Alright. Okay, so here's a photo of what the villages look like that are replacing the military style camps. I hope they're kind of big villages. I would want to see roads or something representing what once was civilization, even though it's been overgrown. Here's our swamp. Okay. Looks like the bald cypress tree. And there's a cliff face. That's going to be interesting. All I care about is when I go in the water, I don't want to be forced to have to be underwater the whole time when I'm swimming. I would like to be able to be able to swim on the surface so I can look around for areas to get above. But when I see stuff like this, man, my first thought is I need to build a bridge across this. Okay, here's the interior of a house. It's kind of a little bit dark, but there it is. Okay, let's go for, keep scrolling down by accident. Mineral extractor. Below is a list of changes. In addition to the extractor, you can acquire aluminum, copper, and cobalt ore only from the mineral extractors in specific locations identified on the map. Crafting recipe changed to no longer include copper and aluminum. Okay. So I guess that there are some crafting recipes that no longer require copper or aluminum to be made. All right. Can now run on biofuel also. Early game, you will need the mineral extractor before you can have an oil extractor. Okay. In non-ore extraction zones, it will extract only coal and iron fragments. Okay, and now has a toggle button to extract only stone. Alright, so we have, you can barely see this, but up here in this corner there's a checkbox and then extract only stone. So you can use this, this is a mineral, I'm assuming this is the mineral extractor, yeah. And then instead of getting any of the other kind of stones, you can ores, you can also just say, well, just get me some stones from this area. So if this is copper or cobalt or aluminum, you could say, for right now, I would like to get just stone from this area, and then you pick up stones. But there's still going to be stones in the game, and my understanding is when you break up those stones and you put them in the stone forge, you can get iron fragments. Actually, that might be the way to get iron fragments from now on. Okay, new items and placeables. Biofuel can be crafted on the workbench using perished food. Okay, useful to power up mineral extractor in the early game. Cobalt ore. Cobalt can be extracted in specific map locations identified on the map. It can be converted into cobalt ingots. Okay, cobalt ingots smelted from cobalt ore on the forge. That can be used in various crafting recipes. Okay, cobalt shelf stores cobalt ingots. See, we got a chest rack. This rack will allow players to stack storage containers. Food prep table. Foods such as the stew mix can be crafted here. Wind turbine. Costly and produces only half the power of solar panels, but will generate day and night at a steady pace. Okay, wooden roof corner. All right. So I guess here's some of the things. I'm guessing that this is biofuel. That's a cobalt ingot. And that might be, what is that, cobalt ore? Perhaps that's what it looks like. Okay, it looks like a table, and I guess they're letting us know that we can actually put items on this table if we want. So we can kind of decorate it if we want to. And here's storage shelves that we could put our storage on so it's no longer taking up space on the floor. Okay, that's kind of cool. And here's a windmill. So that's kind of nice to know that if you're having problem with, if you want to do work at night and you're losing power because you don't have enough solar power, you can have this to get enough power to maybe do stuff or keep the refrigerator going at night. I mean, it doesn't matter. If you sleep at night, you're only sleeping a few seconds and you're waking up and you're turning the power back on the refrigerator. I mean, even if you sleep like 10 hours at night, the refrigerator goes off, it doesn't go off for 10 hours. It only goes off for the few seconds you're actually sleeping, 10 seconds, whatever. So your food is fine. And here is the angled roof. What would you call it again? Wooden roof corner. Okay, that's the roof corner. I'm not crazy about the roofs. I might just do all my roofs with a deck and totally avoid these using the roofs because I'm not crazy about the roof. I mean, I want a wooden cabinet kind or wooden cabin type of roof, which is made of logs and not this and not that. Okay, changes to the bed. I have added the ability to add spawn toggle to beds. In the event that you have more than one, you can now identify the bed you wish to spawn at if you die. So down here in the corner bottom left says bed, use bed, right mouse, make spawn point. So E is use bed, and then right mouse on the bed makes this your spawn point. So if you die in the game and stuff, there you go. Okay, changes and balancing. Change small stones smelted unforged not only give iron fragments. This is the primary way to forge iron ingots. All other ores are now extracted via mineral extractor. Change reduce height of foliage in player start spawn locations to that no foliage clips through foundations, so we don't have foliage in our homes and our bases. Can now alt right mouse click items out of storage chests into player inventories. That's nice. Change can now alt right mouse click items out of mineral extractor into player inventories. Okay, that's cool. Vambies no longer drop Kevlar. Kevlar is now a craftable item. Takes 3 cloth, 3 plastic, and 10 plant fiber. Wow, that's a lot of plastic. Holy smokes. Okay, tech BPs, or tech blueprints now automatically get read, and the tech is learned. No more needing to place the book in a tech slot. Okay. It seems like maybe there seems like there's less tech here than usual, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's the same tech. Probably is the same tech. I thought that maybe there was going to be less with fewer villages, for us to go visit instead of vampy camps. Okay, here's a rebalancing of food item stats. I'm not going to go through all this. You can do this yourself. I just see stuff like meat stew is pretty high, dried fish, dried meat. They've definitely changed a few of these items. In terms of health, I see that the cucumber now, everything gives you a little bit more health. Cucumber gives 10. Says melon half gives you 5, so a whole melon will give you 10 apparently. So cucumbers and melons are still our go-to when we're out and adventuring and we get attacked and we've taken some hit to our health. That's what we're going to rely on to restore our health. Okay, change. Storage container mesh change, so this is what it looks inside now. Change. Fridge now reads on off instead of power on off. It was a bit confusing to understand if it meant press to power on or if it was actually powered on. Okay, we'll see what that looks like. We'll see if it's easy to understand or not. Solar panel max output raised to 25 to 40. Okay, solar panel max output raised from 25 to 40. I thought it was 30, but 25 to 40. Okay, that's a little bit better. Glass panels added to windows. That's nice. Now we can actually have glass on them. Get the feeling of, of a real, of a real cabin. Yeah, that would be nice, yeah. Okay, change. Windows now require glass to build. Recipe changed. Okay, windows now require glass to build. Alright, we need glass for that. Alright. Change. Circular saw recipe now requires 2 cobalt ingots. Alright. Oil extractor recipe now requires 8 cobalt ingots. Solar panel recipe now requires 4 cobalt ingots. Control panel recipe now requires 2 cobalt ingots. Electrical parts recipe now requires 1 cobalt ingot. Field of view changed from 80 to 100 degrees. Okay. I wonder what that means, really. Field of view. That's what I can see. Alright. I don't expect it to be a big change, but maybe I'm wrong. Adjusted weapon positions because of field of view change. All roof sections now require clay to build. All roof sections, clay. Alright. And then there's a bug fix here. Crafted leg armor would auto-equip on pants slot, and pants would auto-equip in the leg armor slot. Okay. That's not a big deal. Bug fix when loading a game with a large flask of dirty water and chest, the water would turn to clean. I keep seeing that every once in a while. Bug fix. When food was cooking, stones were melting. If you would drag those items in your inventory and wait for the completion of the cook or smelt without releasing the drag, you would end up with the cooked smelt item and be able to drop the item in the inventory. This will result in duplicated items. Yeah, nice to see them fix the duplicated item. I feel kind of guilty every once in a while when something like that happens. Usually I get it with the tools, the tool racks. The tool racks. They usually duplicate sometimes. I don't know what happens. I don't want to know how it happens because I don't like doing that kind of cheating. Shooting arrow rotation adjusted. Shooting arrow rotation adjusted. Arrows would land and hit the target slightly to the right of where players would aim. Alright, so maybe when we point at something, we'll actually hit it. If you press E to pick up a log and immediately click Harvest after, the log goes into your hand and firewood and sticks hit the floor. This thing happened with watermelons, but that's all I tested so far. Okay, I didn't know about that. Alright, pressing escape if the map was open would not close the map. Alright. So that looks like it is. That's everything that is coming out. And again, I want to reiterate, it looks like everything we've been all working on is now kaput. It's done. As soon as you do the update, you are starting brand spanking new. Maybe we're all going to spawn here. Maybe there's random locations where we spawn. And yeah, it'll be really interesting. And I should say that next week, World of Warcraft Shadowlands expansion finally opens where players can level from 50 to 60 and get involved in all that new content and goodness and everything. That's going to start Monday night. I believe it goes live East Coast time, 6 o'clock, and I'm Central, so that's 5 o'clock my time. And I'm planning on spending next week doing World of Warcraft, so you may see fewer videos from me. Maybe you might not see any videos from me on certain days because I'll just be in World of Warcraft doing that. I'll be working on trying to get into these other games I enjoy to put out videos. But it's possible that you're not going to see very much from me next week, and that's just because, man, I'm in World of Warcraft. It's going to take up a bit of my time. I'm going to be leveling up with some guildies. And, yeah, okay, so that's it. So, anyway, that's it. That's the update. We don't know what date this is coming, just that it's coming early next week. For all we know, this is coming out Sunday. It would be nice to be able to get in game on Sunday and get a couple videos going for you guys. If it comes out early Monday, I'll do a couple videos because World of Warcraft update is not coming until the evening around 5 p.m. And there could also be problems like the servers could be very full and it'd take too long to get online. There could be crashes and lags and forced restarts. They might find that there's big bugs and they're like, oh, we got to take the servers down, the game down for the next 3-4 hours, and then I can do stuff. Your typical launch event for World of Warcraft. And I'm not complaining, man. It's $1 billion company, and it's a huge freaking world. Enormous, massive world. Well, anyway, if you enjoyed my video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up, and subscribe. You hit the notification bell. You get alerts about when my next video is coming out. And thanks everyone for watching. We're going to do some more videos this week. I'm probably not going to do any more infected videos because there's just no reason to do it with the new version 5.0 coming out. And we'll see you later, dudes.